Hey guys, how's it going? OPP here. Just doing a quick little local sit rep. Not really local, kind of Ontario as a whole. Long story short, the brown fluffy stuff is all over. If you look at what's going on in the nation's capital, which is in Ontario, Ottawa, with the convoy, there was, from people who I know in the area, about 200 tractors that moved in from Alexandria. That's about, to give you guys a rough idea of how far those tractors drove, okay, it's about an hour and a half drive to get from Ottawa to Alexandria and go on the routes that they would have had to have taken, because they can't take those things down the highway. Obviously it's a tractor. So and those tractors, man, they don't go very fast. So the fact that they were going that far on a tractor, that sucks. Probably, and that's an hour and a half by car, right? Doing the speed limit. They weren't doing the speed limit. They probably would have been at that all day, especially by the time they got linked up and all that. Wow, that's a long drive. Yeah, there's a lot of peeved off Canadians here. Anyways, so there's been convoys all over my local area as well, kind of smaller local convoys going through all the small towns. I passed one the other day on my way home from work. If I pass one again today, I will let you guys know, and I'll probably do a quick little flip of the phone so that you guys can see. The one I passed the other day took me about 15 minutes to get through. Again, I was on my way home from work, so wasn't really interested in joining right then and there. But anyways, there was a couple of arrests made in Ottawa. An elderly man was arrested for honking his horn in support of the convoy. To the officers of the RCMP who arrested the guy for honking, it's not illegal. I hope that they are reprimanded for that. That's an unjust arrest, and pretty reflective of the intent, if you ask me. But anyways, we all know the RCMP's track record here in Canada is not the greatest. Residential schools. Anyways, so there was, again, that's another thing's going on. They've uncovered or refound more graves of children that were sent to residential schools. One of this nation's great tragedies, which is terrible. But again, I'm not saying that this shouldn't be broadcasted. I'm not saying that it should have been brought to light the way it is, because it should have. But you should have listened in history class. They spoke about this all throughout history class. Now, yes, the numbers weren't fully said, which is why I agree they need to adjust that, and they need to bring it to light and make people understand the great tragedy that it was. To everybody who was shocked about it, that, oh no, that never happened, you need to pay attention to history class. They spoke about it, they didn't give you the full story. And the full story is now finally coming to light, as it should. Anyways, sorry, I just getting a little bit tired of people acting shocked that they didn't know that happened. You passed history class, how? Anyways. So that's kind of the two big things that have been on the news here. The Premier Doug Ford has kind of come out and asked him to leave Ottawa. JT, there in his pretty little office, is hiding, as the coward he is. Refuses to talk to anybody. The truckers are saying, we're not leaving. There was a Veterans March that took place in front of Parliament Hill. My friend sent me a video of that. He works right across the street, so he's been kind of sending me kind of videos. I do not have his permission to post these videos on YouTube, so I have to respect that. I asked him if I could. He said no. He doesn't want the videos posted on YouTube. It was just personal videos, which I respect. He said if he changes his mind, I can post them all, obviously, but I don't have his permission right now, so I have to respect that. There was locally, actually, there was not locally, where I worked, there was a break-in next door. Stuff was vandalized. So it's not uncommon, but it's not very frequent in my area. So in the back of my mind, I'm trying to keep note of all these things. Who, what, where, when, why, kind of things, where it happened. Now, a heavy equipment yard has a lot of supplies in it. I know because I work in one. We repair all sorts of stuff. And there's lots of tools in there. Both chainsaws, quick cuts, rammers, diesel plates, you name it, right? Lawn rollers. You get a whole array of construction and industrial equipment is in there, right? Right from a hammer to I think the biggest thing we have in there is a D9 dozer, okay? Like, it's the whole range, you name it. Like a rivet buster all the way up to a D9, essentially. We have it all. And we fix it all. So if somebody were to break in there, they could get away with a lot of money and equipment. And hopefully the thieves know that it's all tracked by GPS, so you're not going to get far, but it got us thinking at work. It got them thinking. I already thought about it, but it got them thinking about hiring a couple of security guards for at night, which I'd be thankful for, because if any of you are mechanics on here, you know how much your tools are worth, and the last thing you need is that. Yeah, mechanics' biggest fear is coming in the morning, all the doors are wide open, all the toolboxes are gone, right? I worked in a shop once that had happened to. For some reason, my box wasn't taken, but the 4 others beside it were. Kind of makes no sense. I guess they were getting close to having to go, or they ran out of room in a truck or whatever. Thankfully, they did, and they started at the other side and didn't get mine. Mine and 2 other guys that weren't touched. One of them just had the top thing busted open, and they took a couple of bucks in tips that the guy had gotten. I think it's like a couple $100, but anyways, that's why you have insurance on your stuff. What we did after that, anyways. So that's a marker of increased crime. The hotel across the street a couple of months ago got raided by a local police group for a prostitution ring. They busted that up. Why? Right? Not why did they do it? Why are you supporting that? Anyways. So there's stuff like that, but that's kind of thing that goes back. It's related, but it's not related at the same time, right? It's still increasing crime. So there's been a crime increase that I've started to notice. What does that mean? What it means is my situational awareness while working is heightened. My situational awareness while going to and from work is heightened. My loadout in my vehicle is heightened. That combined with geopolitics, China and Russia, what's going on there, again, heightened. Now, taking that aside, if what's going on in the Ukraine is going to affect you directly, you probably need to adjust what you do. Okay? Sort your shit out. Take care of your stuff, right? Don't let that affect you. But am I carrying my plate carrier in my truck now? Yes. Am I carrying my Kevlar in my truck now? Yes. Am I carrying other things in my truck now? Yes. Do I have those with me today? No. Do I have a bug out bag with me? Obviously, a get home bag. It's in the trunk, right? Should I have thrown the plate carrier in there? Nah. For the couple of minutes it's going to take me, well, not minutes, but the time it's going to take me to get home, am I really going to need it? Probably not. Another thing to think about is, are you truly going to be able to get out of Dodge? Okay? Are you physically going to be able to do that? Is your physical conditioning high enough? Are you in a good enough state physically that you can justify bugging out from where you're working or whatever? On foot, in a car, doesn't matter. You have to be able to do it by foot. So keep that in mind. Like today, prime example, I had the lovely opportunity last night to have to replace my work boots. And if anybody on here wears work boots for a living, you know when the old ones get worn out, and you can't wear them no more because the boss man says, hey, there's holes in those, you have to replace those, otherwise you have to get off my job site tomorrow. You got to go get new ones, even though for some reason as soon as that happens, like, your boots get tore up. That's oddly enough one of the most comfortable. Anyways, and then you got to go replace them, and yeah, it sucks for the first day, but you know, I knew it was coming. I probably should have bought them, whatever. Could have wore them around a little bit, broke them in. But that's neither here nor there. But I didn't. So, having not broken in boots while brand new, and trust me, I wouldn't be leaving these puppies behind. I did have a good pair of hiking boots. They're sitting on the passenger side floor right now. It is very cold. And if that's not the most Canadian thing ever, I'm about to be interrupted by a phone. Well, I am being interrupted by a phone call from Tuktoyaktuk, Northwest Territories. I know exactly who that is, and I will call you back later if you're watching this video. Yes, I'm not Canadian, okay? I know people all over. No, I don't know John from Alberta, so don't ask. So, anyways. There is a fine line in having too much gear and not enough gear, and carrying the right stuff for you, and keeping an eye on your local area. That's huge. You have to know what's going on in your local area and everywhere around it. So I'm going to be doing, I'm kind of going to cordon off Ontario. I might do the other provinces, but kind of like blocks. I might do Southern Ontario, Central Ontario, Northern Ontario kind of thing, and do briefs on each one of those moving forwards. I don't know yet, but we'll stick at that. I try not to mess around with Quebec. The rest of Canada tries not to mess around with Quebec. If you're from Canada, you know why we don't like Quebec. But if one province were to want to separate, or sorry, if one province were to want to have to be sacrificed, why would it be Quebec? All of my fellow Canadians will know that, and we're totally shiting on you, but it's all in good fun, right? You guys shite on us. Anyways, I'll leave it at about that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. OPP, out.